In Turkey, it doesn't take long to figure out that history is layered on top of history. It's a never-ending tapestry of cultures and mythology. And you'll see how apparent that is in just a 4-hour flight from Cappadocia to Antakia, which history remembers as Antioch. Tucked away in the southern portion of the country by the Syrian border, Antakia is on very few tourists' bucket lists. But back in 300 BC, it was the capital of the Seleucid Empire. Once Antakia was annexed by Rome, it became the third largest city in the Roman Empire, both in actual size and importance, trailing only Rome and Alexandria. Later in the 1st century AD, Antakia became a center of a new religion. Some believe that this cave sanctuary, today called St. Peter's Church, was actually founded by the Apostle Peter himself, making it the first place where followers were called Christians. In the 500s, a major earthquake killed 200,000 of its residents, a death toll larger than the entire population of the city today. After being conquered multiple times, Antakia was reduced to little more than a village, but it was a treasure, sitting on thousands of years of history, waiting to be unearthed. Today, Antakia is known as a modern cosmopolitan city, where different religions and cultures intermingle. But the past has not been forgotten. Thanks to a permanent population of archaeologists who have made it their life's passion to preserve Antakia's secrets of civilizations past. I usually have a rule when I travel: only one museum per trip, because otherwise your eyes glaze over or you really can't spend the time to immerse yourself in the moment. But in Antakia, the city is the museum, and when you finally get to the official museum, you realize what you're seeing, as well as what you may be missing. The Antakia Archaeological Museum was originally founded in 1934, but this enormous 350,000 square foot facility opened in 2014, and they're already out of space. It's not crowded, but it's full, and every piece tells a story of a long since departed owner, or of a family, or any one of 13 civilizations that all lived in Antakia at one time. It's a lot to take in. Thousands of artifacts, statues, mosaics, sarcophagi, and not just what you'd expect. This one may have easily taken 20 years to make, cut from one single piece of marble. As opposed to just about every other museum I've seen in the world, every single thing in this museum is from this city, and it's displayed in close proximity to where they first found it. It's that remarkable. In fact, this museum contains one of the world's finest collections of Roman Byzantine mosaics, dating from the 1st century AD. And the reason they have so many is because mosaics were built into floors, and oftentimes were the only part of these structures still recoverable by the archaeologists. But to give you an idea of the amount of stuff we're talking about, I asked the museum director to show me their storeroom, to show me what they're not displaying. And when they opened that door, that's when you got the full measure of how much stuff we're really talking about. How many stories haven't even been told yet? And even more remarkably, how many stories haven't even been found yet? But in the middle of Antakia, there's another story that's just starting to be told, in an unlikely place. It's the unbelievable tale of the Museum Hotel. At first glance, it looks to be just another modern hotel, but you'd never believe what's hiding down on the ground floor. I'm just astounded by the extent of all this. You just weren't over a small little remains, you were over a whole city.
A whole city.
Sabia Abbasalu's family owns the Museum Hotel. And when they started digging the foundation 10 years ago, the shovels hit something hard. And then there were more hits. And before long, they stopped digging. They had uncovered the ruins of ancient Antakia. And as they gently swept the debris away, it exposed something monumental.
This is the largest single-piece mosaic in the whole world.
This is it.
This is it.
And who knew? Nobody.
Nobody knew it. It's a big surprise for all of us.